What's up, print fam? Welcome back to the print shop. I'm Darren, and if I was magical, I'd make me appear right here too, but I'm not. I was trying to make this intro funny and interesting, but I don't script these things. So back to what I was talking about. I wanted to talk about duplicating yourself. I've asked this question a couple times in the Facebook group, and it's like, if you had a magic wand and you could change something or do something in your shop to solve problems, what would it be? Most of the time, a bunch of people comment the same thing. I wish I could duplicate myself. I wish there could be more than one of me to solve the problem. And I think that's the wrong answer. Now, I think that's the wrong answer for a couple of reasons. Number one, so I'm a terrible employee. Yes, at times, I'm the best employee. And I give 150, 200% at times. And at other times, I'm terrible. But that's not the point. The point is, as an example, I hired someone to help answer my phone calls and my emails. And I have shop rules. Like, I have a shop minimum, it's $50. I break my rule all the time because I'm emotionally tied to the shop. I'm emotionally connected. And when I see someone that's like, oh, I want one t-shirt or I need just a couple of prints printed, and I'm just like, okay, I'll do it. I'm breaking my own rule. I set the rule for a reason. Just like when I do names on a tumbler, I need to charge more because there's more likely to screw up, that you'll have to replace tumblers or have my graveyard of tumblers over there because of problems. So I need to charge more. But me being a nice guy, and I'm always like, oh, price sensitive, because it's this own mental block that I have. She doesn't have that. I told her to shop minimum. I told her how much it costs to engrave a name on a tumbler, and she blindly obeys it. I told her that customers need to prepay, even though there's some customers that I'm not forcing to do that, like my brother, but she still sends it anyway, because that's the rule. She follows it. She's obedient. It's awesome. Now, the other reason is because I'm not good at everything. I have my strengths, don't get me wrong. I think I've done a pretty good job at building the business, but the person that gets you from A to B might not be the person that gets you from B to C, or C to D, or D to Z. So maybe I should hire someone. And that hiring doesn't have to necessarily be an employee. One thing that I notice every single year, at the end of the year, my books were screwed up because I didn't reconcile them correctly, and numbers were off, or I was off by a penny, or I didn't collect something right and didn't mark it right. So every year I was spending thousands of dollars to have my accountant at the time fix it. They'd get in there, charge an hourly rate, take however many hours, and it was always this huge burden on me because then it's like, well, I got to get it done so I can get my taxes done, so I can do everything relied on that. Well, now I just hire someone and I pay them monthly. And the monthly rate that I pay them is less expensive than what I was paying previously that one time a year. And it's spread out through the whole year, and it's done better because they reconcile it. It's immediate, so if there's a question, I'm not like, oh, that was 7 months ago, I don't remember. They're there for me to ask questions. They're there for me. Like, I pulled cash out the other day to pay someone for a thing on a local classified, so it made it really easy to be like, hey, this is why I pulled the cash out, and then he can mark it correctly in the books. He's better at it than I am. So one, I'm the best and the worst employee. And two, I might not be good at everything. So duplicating yourself might not be the answer. I get the sentiment though. I do get why. Because it's your business. It's your baby. But sometimes it's better to just have someone else do stuff. Now, recently I had the video, it may or may not have come out, but it was the 8 ways to get more business. And 4 of the ways were things that you can do, and 4 of the ways were things that you can basically pay someone else to do them. And while having a magic wand and being able to replicate yourself might be awesome, it might not actually solve the problem that you're having. So what I would suggest that you do is do a time audit. Figure out like where your time is being wasted, because there's probably some things that you could alleviate or just not do anymore that are not actually productive or moving the needle. There's also things that you could realize, hey, I'm spending a lot of time on this. Is there someone or some service or some software that will make that better? So as an example, Penji, they're my design service. I outsource my graphics to them. They save me a ton of time because I no longer have to vector things. I no longer have to put some like artwork finishes together. My neighbor wants a booklet done and he sent me a Word document, and I sent Penji the Word document and said, make it better. They came back, and my favorite response from customers is wow. And that's exactly what he said. I went and showed him some paper samples today because he's like, hey, can I see some paper samples before? So I took a booklet that Trevor made for me. Shout out to Trevor. He's awesome. Grizzly Prince. He makes all my booklets. I took a booklet over and said, hey, this is what I normally do. And he was like, man, this paper's awesome. And I was like, do you want me to do anything else with the artwork, or are you just ready to go with the order? And he said, it was just amazing. Like, wow, thank you so much. You put so much more time and effort into that than I was expecting. I said, thank you. I try. But in reality, Benji did it. I sent it to them and they sent me the revision the next day. It took me 5 minutes to get that wow from him. It's an 8-page booklet. It would have taken me hours to do it. Automatically showed up in my inbox and it's done. And I got a wow, I got paid for it. I'm doing some booklets, which I'm getting paid for, and it saved me a bunch of time. So look at the things that you're doing in your business and look at why you want to duplicate yourself. Is it because like that certain process that you're having to do all the time? Or is it because like me, I'm stuck on artwork all the time? Like my current next pain point is pre-press. So yeah, Benji does the artwork, but a lot of times I still have to go in and add registration marks or change cut lines or move things or organize things. So how can I take that next process and make it better or make it more automated? Or is there a different machine? So I do a ton of pens, you guys know that. Is there a better machine to make the pens go faster, smoother, more efficient, take less time? Again, the new pen machine that I ordered, for all I know, it could take the same amount of physical time to run pen jobs, but what it comes down to is it takes less time from us personally to make those pens happen. So is there something in your business that you can change? Like, what is the reason you want to duplicate yourself? I know that's just a simple cop-out style answer, but actually think about it, because there might be a service, there might be software, or you might need to start saying no to things. I do. I need to start saying no to things. If you have any thoughts on this feedback, if you have any feedback on this thought, let me know down in the comments. I hope it helps. Thanks, Fam. We'll see you in the next one.